Hey guys, I think I have this right now. This is improvement, right? From every month that I've done this. Let me just see if you could comment on here and let me know. Sorry, my glasses. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can actually go over to the FanGrrrl Romance Rex Facebook page, I can see comments much better there than I can see them here. So if you can go over there, that would be fantastic. Meanwhile, let me do some check-in and make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to work. I think with Instagram, it does not like Instagram right now for some reason. It's always fun trying to get this working. And let's see if it's working there. And it's just not, Instagram looks like it's not happening today. Okay, it is what it is. All right, so if you're there, say hello, let me know. I'm wondering if I dropped this in the wrong places. We should have it in all the groups. We should have it in the big OG group. It looks like it might actually be going to my handle, my personal handle. Let me see here. Nope, it's on the OG group. Okay, cool. Yay. All right, we can already see people. Okay. Hi, Salika. Hey, Kat. Hey, yeah, so go to the, do me a favor and go to the Facebook page handle and comment from there. I know we normally say do it in the big group and stuff, but it's just really hard for me to see comments if you do it from the big group versus the handle on Facebook. What is going on here? All right, sorry. Ah! There we go. I'm like, I can't seem to do this. Okay. All right, cool. And for some reason, like, let me try one more time on Instagram. Hold on. Meanwhile, drop in the comment. Hello, who you are. On the Facebook page, please go to the Facebook page, FanGrrrl Romance Rex. This seems to be a recurring problem ever since Restream. Well, it's not that. It's ever since Facebook changed their policy on streaming. They've made our life a lot harder to get it to work. All right, so that is working. Let's see here, save, and see if it'll let me go live over there. We'll find out. Okay, all right, yay. Okay, so there's 2 people here. Let me see if I can see comments. No comments yet on the Facebook handle. No comments yet. Hey, Alexandra. Hey, Sarah Robinson. No, I can't see you on the, oh, okay, someone's here. Oh. All right, we got a jokester. We got a jokester following right now. Where are they at? They're from, oh, YouTube. Yep, that's fun. Thank you for the compliment, but no smashing needed for this live. I'm going to YouTube right now. Yeah, so go on the handle so I can see your comments. Apparently I can see YouTube. Oh, you know what? That's all I have to do. Just hide it. Okay. Cool. All right, cool. Yay, Kat, you're on. Okay. All right, we're going to start. All right, we're going to start. So anyone who's watching here, if you can let people know that we're broadcasting everywhere. We're broadcasting in the big OG group. We're broadcasting in the spicy group. We're broadcasting in Author's Corner, book event group, the Facebook page handle, and it's supposed to be Insta, but Insta is not being my friend today. So it is what it is. Okay, so Insta's not happening, but everywhere else we are broadcasting. So make sure to come check out the Facebook page so that way where Kat is, that way I can see your comments right here. If not, that's fine. I will keep an eye on them in the big OG group to respond there in real time if I can. Let's see if it'll let me pop it out. I don't know. I might honestly, after all this drama every month, I might just, hey Shyla, I might just, Sarah Robinson, you are in the big OG group. So go to, okay, Alexandra, you found it. Yes, go to the handle. Go to the handle. I might, I don't know, like the benefit of doing streaming software is that you hit all these places at once. So once the video does start, if it's streaming well, it's great. It's like fantastic, you know? But the downside is all these like, you know, these hiccups, right? So, oh, you know what? Nope, Instagram is not my friend. That's okay. But it's like squirrel. Sorry, squirrel. The downside is like all these hiccups, you know, when you're trying to like do it everywhere. Okay, yes, hi. All right, so if you're watching, this is our monthly live. Kat Gifford is the newsletter editor. She's going to keep me straight on this live. So we are talking about the May newsletter. This is the live for May. Correct, Kat? I think so. So for this live, so what we have going on is we have, get my little message up here on my little newsletter chat so I can see everything in front of me. Okay, perfect. So we have our featured author this month being Lexi C. Foss, who is also A.C. Kramer in contemporary romance. Then we have a thank you, ma'am, this month from Mila Young. And then we have 5 11-100 authors. So what I'm going to do, if you are a fan of any of these guys that are doing giveaways, drop on the comments what you love about them, and we will take that into consideration when picking winners. Okay, so super exciting chance to get a giveaway. Lexi Foss and Mila Young are doing great, like paperback, you know, physical giveaways. The 11-100 is ebooks. Lexi also is doing some ebooks too. Mila is doing a book box package, so, or a book box. So, you know, so really great prizes. So if you love any of them, go drop love on them on any of the FanGrrrl groups. And you can honestly, like, you could probably even like, I don't know, should I say this? Like tag us, tag FanGrrrl Romance Rex maybe. And, you know, that way we can see that you dropped it, and that will help us with picking out the winners. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about our featured author first. And this is for like the big Facebook group, but it's also, it's kind of like all the groups now. We are combining, so all the groups are separate, but for these newsletters that we do every month and these lives, we're kind of like combining all of them together. Hi, Jake. Thanks for watching from YouTube. So we are, I'm talking about kind of everything from all the different groups on this one live. We decided to combine it instead of just being like the OG group or the, you know, UF group, right? Sorry, OG group or the spicy group. Sorry, I'm distracted at the moment. I said hi, Jake. Okay, there's your shout out. All right, so I'm going to dive into each of the authors that are doing giveaways. And then, and there are also recommendations, right? So if you're looking for X, you can get that from this video too. And then we'll dive into like latest FanGrrl news, okay? And I'm trying to be more efficient with the way that I do these so that you're not here for an hour and a half, okay? You can also like watch these at any time. We have it posted in YouTube. We have it posted at the top of the groups. Now, Facebook has just started changing their rules where it only stays up for 30 days and I can't keep it past that, but you can always see it on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube, you can comment there. We can check out the comments there too. You know, just comment everywhere about who you love and we'll take that in consideration for the prizes, right? So, okay, all right. So, so this month featured author is Lexi C. Foss, who is also A.C. Kramer. So what does that mean to be a featured author? Well, she is giving away 10 prizes to people that do shout outs for her on this live. Hey, Sarah Louise, hi. On this live, on the different lives in the groups, we're looking at all of them. If you do a post like, oh my gosh, I love Lexi C. Foss, she's amazing, and you post it in our different groups, you know, whatever's respective, right, for her. You could post it in the book event group since she's signing with us in 2026. You could post it in the fantasy group. You could post her pen name, A.C. Kramer, in the spicy group. So post away. We love it. We love recommendations if you love her, and that will help towards making you eligible for a prize. Okay, so, and she's giving away 2 special editions of Their Lethal Pet. She's giving away 2 special editions of Truth or Kill, 3 ebooks of Their Lethal Pet, and 3 ebooks of Truth or Kill. Truth or Kill is her spicy contemporary romance. So that's what her giveaway is this month. And so there's 10 prizes total. So pretty amazing. Oh yeah, I'm excited that you're excited. Okay, so let me talk to you about Lexi Foss. If you have not read Lexi Foss, she is she's amazing. Like, she has so many books that she has self-published, Kindle Unlimited. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free to read her books, right? Because you're already paying for the service. And she has all kinds of series. She has the Blood Alliance series. She has Midnight Fae Academy. What you might know her from is Carnage Island. It's a standalone. It's a wide choose. It's very spicy. And the FMC has a lot of like sass and basically, and so what I'll do just as a general note is I don't give spoilers on the videos or try. She's the queen of wide choose. That's right, Kat. That's right, Kat. I'm real careful not to give spoilers on these videos. So just know you're not gonna get a spoiler. I'd like to give you enough information to get you interested if it's something that is your jam, and oh, let me put her on my TBR. I'm gonna go try her. That's important. So, oh, you're reading Gold Sector? Yeah, she has so many. Oh my gosh, yes. So anyways, Carnage Island. She's really famous for that one. I mean, it's got like at one point, I think it's like close to 20,000 ratings on Amazon, probably more on Goodreads. Goodreads is bigger, but don't quote me. I don't have it up on my computer right now. But it's about a rejected, a female who is rejected, and she's shipped off to Carnage Island, and that's an island where there's not a lot of females, and so everyone's like, oh, there's a female coming, and then her mates are there. So it's really popular. So if you like wide choose, you like an FMC who's strong. It does have heats and knots and stuff like that. It is like, I think it's technically an Omegaverse, right? But it's it's very, very, very popular, and she's very, very, very well known for that book, that standalone. I've actually read myself. I've read Carnage Island. I thought it was great. I've read Chastely Bitten, the first book in the Blood Alliance series, or am I crisscrossing that? That's right? I know she has another mega series. I'm gonna pull it up on Amazon. I don't want to say this wrong. It's always fun when you're doing a live and like different words pop out. I get myself in trouble sometimes because I'm like going off of memory. And yeah, it's Blood Alliance. I thought it was. I know she's got the X-Clan series. She's got the first book, A Bride of Death. I think she postponed the release to July, by the way, if you're waiting for that one. That's the Netherworld Fae. I heard from her just the other day to make sure I said that. Matter of fact, let me pull up my chat with her and I can tell you exactly the date. Hopefully she doesn't. I think it's fine. I can tell you. She told me that she's pushed Bride of Death to July 17th. So just FYI, if you're looking forward to that one. She's also she's popular for health faking. She has so many books, man. Just so many books. Their Lethal Pet. That's another one that she's really, really known for right now. Their Lethal Pet. It's a part of a trio of books by different authors. Mila Young is in that trio, and so is J.R. Thorne. And they all have written books in that kind of world. And Their Lethal Pet, believe it or not, I started it last night. I was like, I mean, I've read a bunch of books of hers as Lexi Foss and A.C. Kramer. But like Their Lethal Pet, that's what we're doing the giveaway for. So I was like, I need to pick it up. There's so many authors. I can't read every book from every single author, although I certainly try. But Their Lethal Pet, I'm like, that's really fresh on my mind because I'm like 35% into it. And I started it at 9 o'clock last night. And it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I've had a full day of work and I haven't been able to read today. So that goes to show you it's pretty good. I think it's great, actually. Oh, Sarah, you can't wait for Bride of Death. Oh, Midnight Fae is your favorite, Kat? That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. I said it right. Blood Alliance. Yes, that's right. Okay. So, so Their Lethal Pet is another wide choose. She writes a lot of wide choose, right? And although the Blood Alliance series isn't, I think like one of the books, either book 2 or book 3. I don't remember which one it is off the top of my head. It's like a girl and 2 guys, I think. But outside of that, it's I think it's a couple every book, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong there. The Blood Alliance, that's chastely bitten, and that's the one that there's like an auction, and it's a really unfair world for women. And this guy gets her from an auction, but he's a really good guy, but he has to like show to everyone else that he's a part of this world when he's not, like he doesn't agree with it. And it's steamy, you know, all her stuff is steamy. It's good. So that's chastely bitten. I know I'm kind of like all over the place, but their lethal pet, back to that, that's a white shoes. And yeah, she's so good at it. That's a white shoes, and it is it's about she does a lot of this like kind of world where it's not fair to women, but then the women kind of they're strong and they overcome it, and so you have that like angst. She's really good at that. And so this one is kind of the same thing. It's like a separate realm from ours, and there are these like villages, and in the village all the women are, again, that kind of thing, like they don't really have a voice or anything like that. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of Hunger Games in some ways in the beginning, because every year they have a choosing, and like if you need to get more kind of like not favors, but like food or goods or whatever, you put your name into a hat, and your name goes in there more times. And then when they draw, then that means you might be chosen for this sacrifice. And the sacrifice is something called, I think it's called the Monster Night. And there's like a city that's like the Monster City. And if you get chosen, then you have to go on this train to the Monster City, and then you're released and you have to run. And monsters are after you to like mate with you. So, but you find out there's a lot more to it than that. I really was into the train over, like it really felt really kind of Hunger Games to me, where, you know, someone gets sacrificed, they get put on train, they end up in this kind of place where they're running, but it's different. It's definitely a different spin on that. And I really am, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really into it. So, and it's very popular. Like it's done really well. Like I said, it's a part of this set of 3 with J.R. Thorne and Mila Young, which all 3 of them are signing with us in 2026. So it's super exciting. It's super exciting. And Lexi is actually a sponsor. She is a diamond sponsor. So she's got a high sponsorship tier, and she's going to be on our celebrity panel, this big. So we have like on Friday night at the signing, we have this big like red carpet, and we're going to have all the VIP influencers like taking pictures of the authors that are on the panel and like interviewing them and stuff. So like they walk the red carpet, and then they go into the panel room, which is a huge conference room. I mean, I'm hoping we fill it up with over 1,000 people. Like that's what our goal is. The top 3 ticket tiers, I think altogether is going to be, so I'm just going off the top of my head here, 275 tickets I think we're selling for the top tier, and then 450 for the middle one, and 700 for the third one. And then we're selling a la carte tickets. So the top 3 tiers all get into this celebrity panel, and she's on that panel. So it's really exciting. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be great. So, and I think I'm moderating the panel. I think that's the plan right now. So that should be fun. No pressure. Up on stage, no pressure. But anyways, so that's her as Lexi C. Foss. You know, and like I said, she's giving away, I'll say it one more time for anyone who's just joining in. She is doing, like I said, I don't have everything memorized. It's hard to have it. There's so many moving parts right now, you know, and I don't know if you saw, but we just not announced, but we just did interest forms for 2027 for authors. So there's just a lot happening right now. Okay, 2 special editions for their lethal pet, 2 special editions for Truth or Kill. Oh, I think we might have a typo, Cat. I think it might be Truth. I think it's Truth or Kill. I think we wrote in the post Truth of Kill. I think it's Truth or Kill. I'm going kind of crazy though, because I'm pretty sure. And then 3 ebooks of their lethal pet and 3 ebooks of Truth or Kill. That's what Lexi's doing. So Truth or Kill, I'm sure it's Truth or Kill, you guys. I'm sure. I read this. I loved it. It was actually a really funny story. Let me see. AC Kramer. Yeah, it is. It is Truth or Kill. Okay, we have a typo. I knew that. Okay. We have a typo on the post and all that stuff. But I actually read, thank you. She's already corrected me. I didn't even need to look it up. So I actually read Truth or Kill, not knowing it was Lexi. So that's her pen name, A.C. Kramer, and it's contemporary romance. And it's kind of like there's like a game kind of going on, and there's angst. It is not a white shoes, it's an MF, and it's really great. Anyway, so I picked it up and I read it, and I had no idea it was her. And then I found out later through, I think, a TikTok video that it was her. And I was kind of blown away because I hadn't picked up any of her books yet, but I had knew about her. And I thought it was really funny that I picked up a contemporary romance for Lexi C. Foss, who's queen of paranormal romance and white shoes. But it's great. It's absolutely great. So anyways, that is Lexi. She's amazing. Like I said, she's our featured author, which means she's doing those prizes. She's going to get a page in the newsletter. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Dawn Higgins. That's one of our fangirls. She's been helping in all kinds of ways for FanGrrrl Romance Rex for a few years now. So it's been great. She's been amazing. She does like all these signings, and she knows all these authors and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and then so she'll get a page in the newsletter, and then she'll get, we actually switched out the group cover photo where it's her book. Kat, I think we need it for both groups. I think you already sent it to me for both groups. So I need to switch that out like today or tomorrow morning, where the group cover photo will have her book on it for the next month while she's featured, and she gets to post in the group, and so a lot of really good kind of exposure, and then she does the giveaway for the group. So it's a really cool thing to be a featured author. And so we're so excited. We're excited about her doing the giveaway, and we're excited about her signing with us in 2026, and just so excited. So yeah, you did send it. Yeah. I would not keep my head on straight if Kat wasn't just, Kat and Lapana and Holly P. Oh, Holly P isn't like so much a, oh my gosh, Kara Lissy's messaging me. Kara Lissy, she's a signing author for us too. You guys know her, Demons and Debts. I'm so excited. She just dropped me a message and stuff. I think she caught a part of the live. If you're still watching, Kira, hi. That's so cool. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So Lapana and Kat are just, they keep me in gear. And then Holly Patierno lately, she's been doing tons. But she's really squirrel. So we give her direction, and then she goes off and does her squirrel stuff. So anyway, so yeah. Okay, so that's Lexi. All right, so moving on. So if you love Lexi C. Foss or A.C. Kramer, drop posts everywhere and our stuff. We will love it. Any of the FanGrrrl groups. Do posts on it, TikTok and Instagram. You can tag us that way. If you do a post for her on TikTok or Instagram, tag us. We can see that too. Our goal, the reason why we do these lives is, and this is why they started a couple years ago now, is we just want to love on books and authors, and we want to really help, especially indie authors, get their name out there. And this is kind of our one way of, like, as readers, giving back, and fangirling, right, with FanGrrrl Romance Rex. So there you go. Yeah, Kat manages the squirrels. She's great. So, okay. All right, moving on. So our thank you, ma'am. So thank you, Lexi, for donating to the group, for all your support, and for signing with us in 2026. Okay. So, so next we have the thank you, ma'am author, which is Mila Young. Mila is an Aussie. She's fantastic. You've seen a lot of her books. She writes really good spice. Lots of white shoes too, paranormal romance. And she's in that set, with Lexi I was talking about, and let me pull it up here. And J.R. Thorne, right? Here we go. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm going to pull it up real quick. Okay, I was just wondering what the actual name of the series is. It's called Monsters Night. Her book covers, all the book covers are really pretty. Like, they're really pretty. When you get a second, go to Amazon and search Monsters Night, Lexi C. Foss or J.R. Thorne or Mila Young, and you can see this trio of books. Their covers are gorgeous. I love their Blood Queen cover. She's got like the red hair and the mirror, and like a monster hand is coming towards her. It's pretty cool. And so is Mila Young's. It's just beautiful with that like fuchsia hair and dress. It's like lingerie. I think it's like a nightgown. Anyways, I'm squirrel. So anyway, so Mila is giving away, actually we don't, I have the Thank You Ma'am giveaway. Kat, what is she actually giving away? Did she tell you? I'm sure she told you. Drop it in the chat, Kat, and I will say it out loud what Mila's giving in her book. So she's gonna do a book box. So usually like when authors do Thank You Ma'ams, they put together what books they have already, like maybe special editions or you know, whatever books that they have on hand that they sign, they send in the book box, and a lot of them load it with goodies and stuff, you know, swag. I got a book box once from Shannon Mayer that had a wine glass in it. I was like, this is awesome. And I've used that wine glass on several occasions. It's great. So yeah. Hey, Liz Kane. Hi. Hi. She's signing with us too in 2026. Look at it. I keep saying signing with us. But you know, the thing is like, it's just so exciting. You know, like when I created this group, and if you've watched this for a while, I'm sorry if I'm saying the stuff you already know, but like, when I created this group, it was 15 of my friends that like to read books, and they didn't actually even read the same books that I did. So I was just like, okay, sorry, it's going to do that. I keep getting these calls. Okay. We did a, it doesn't matter. I'm getting lots of spam right now. And so my calls keep going off. I won't go into a whole spiel on that. So hopefully that gets sorted soon, but it's very, very annoying. Okay, she's doing a special edition of what, Kat? Haven Realm Omnibus. Cool. All right, that's really excited. I'm excited. That's what Mila's doing in her book box. But basically what I was saying is, you know, I created the group, which is 15 of my friends. Nobody read the same stuff as me, really. And so it was like a one-woman show. Like, I'm posting all my recs in this group, all my romance, you know, fantasies, all my UFs, because this was for the group now that's got like over 54,000 members, right? We call it the OG because it's the first group, right? FanGrrrl Romance Recs, Urban Fantasy, Romantasy, Paranormal Romance. Okay. So, you know, I'm posting all this stuff, but like my friends weren't like big into all that. So it was just me posting like all the time. And then I was going off to these other groups and doing recs. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to open up my group from just my people I know in real life and make it like big. Yeah, it was back in the day, 15 people. You remember it, Dawn, when you joined, it was only 100. Yeah. So I thought I'm going to go build the rules, make it about positivity, because I was really frustrated about all these groups out there that weren't positive. You know, loved on authors, loved on books, and we'll see. I expected 500 people total, ever, lifetime, 500 people. That's what my expectation was when I opened it up. Overnight, we got like 100 people, and within a year, we had 20,000, and it's just grown from there, you know, so it's very exciting. But I just, you know, I never would have thought, hopefully I don't get emotional because this happens every time I do a live. I never would have thought, you know, just being, I worked on the space shuttle program, you know, like I was in cost controls out at the Space Center, which is 15 minutes from my house in Florida. And I work at the space shuttle program and come home and I read at night. And I created this little Facebook book to talk about books. And I never, ever in a million years would have expected it to grow like it has, create other groups off of it, like we have, brand it. I mean, we're corporated now, which is crazy. Like, it's FanGrrrl Romance Recs is a corporation, a Florida corporation, like crazy, and trademarked, you know, so no one can use the name in the United States, which is amazing, you know, and then do a book of it, you know, like, it's just crazy. So like, if I keep dropping it in, or you see posts in the group, it's just because it's just so exciting. So like, it's just unbelievable to me that I'm going to be in a venue in Orlando in 2026 with 130 authors. Many of them are just beloved authors to me that I'm a huge fan of, you know, and, you know, these are good people. They do good. So I haven't read everybody. I'm trying to. We had a selection team pick a lot of these authors, and they read. They were reading teams. So everybody who got invited were people that the reading team recommended. So we have a really strong group of authors. There may be people that you don't know, people that are smaller, people that are just starting out. But you know, when you go there, that you're basically getting recommendations just by walking into the room. And you're basically supporting authors. just by walking into the room, you know, and that was really important to me. My God, I'm like, this always happens to me. So if I keep dropping the signing, that's why. It's just very, very, very exciting. I'm still super passionate about the group, you know, and I'm still active in the group, not as much as I used to be because I just literally don't have the time, but it's still my baby, you know, and it's like I have all these babies now, you know, like the big 54,000+ group is a baby of mine. The spicy group, we just rebranded it recently from dark to spicy, contemporary romance. The author's corner, you know, the book event group, the backstage group, the handle, the TikTok, the Instagram, the YouTube, like they're all my babies. So, thanks Maggie that you love the groups. And I think I saw someone else say that too. It grew quick, really fast. Sarah Louise Bush. Yeah. It's just exciting. And now the book events, you know, they're really important and near and dear to me too. And it's really important to me that they're done very, very, very well. So, but we'll get back to that at the end when we get through the rest of our agenda, right, for this meeting today. So, okay, so moving on. So now, so our featured author was Lexi C, Foss, A.C. Kramer. Thank you, ma'am. It's Mila Young. So thank you to Mila Young. So that actually book box, I didn't say it, but it goes to someone that we picked from the group that we just noticed just stands out. You know, someone maybe who has a lot of contribution points. Maybe that's a factor. Someone who is consistently active. Maybe we look at the top 10 most active members or the top 100 most active members. You know, we really try hard to thank people who, especially people who've been around since the beginning and are still here, you know. You know, Jenny, I always want to say Durston or Dustin. I always get it wrong, but if Jenny's watching, she has been around since the very beginning. And every Wednesday she does a Wednesday one-ad post faithfully for years now. She remembers to do a Wednesday one-ad post. And she's not on our team. She's just, you know, someone who loves the groups and drops it, you know, and that stuff, that means a lot to us, you know, that someone has been around for a while and cares. So, okay, so the 11-100, that is a giveaway for 11 authors giving away. I feel like I'm doing a lot of looking down this time. Like I'm thinking, like I'm a lot of, you know, like when you like look off to the side, I'm like thinking a lot today. But the 11-100 authors, there's 11 authors, and it initially came about from giving away 11 prizes to the top 100 most active members. And now we pick all kinds of people we actually do a lot of random draws for the newsletter subscribers. So if you go subscribe for the newsletter on the website, we have a newsletter too. Like I said, this thing is a beast. That cat is now the editor, and boy, she does such an amazing job, like an amazing job. But anyway, so subscribe there. You get your name gets put in the hat to get to be a winner for the 11-100. Okay, so anyway, so these 5 authors, actually I said 11 authors, didn't I? 5 authors for 11 prizes. So each 11 people get an ebook bundle of 5 books. Say that 10 times fast. 5 authors donate an ebook to 11 different people. There you go. So if you're one of 11, you get a 5-book ebook bundle. So yeah, there's a lot of organization in that every month. I used to be the person to do it all. Lately, Lapana and Kat have taken that on for me. Thank you. And, you know, they'll reach out to someone and put them in a chat, you know, and the people are like, who are you putting me in a chat? You know, so it's like a lot of work to try to get people. And Maggie, who's watching right now, she's 11-100 author this month. And literally we had someone in the chat who didn't respond because they just probably didn't even know the chat was there. You know, and it was like, Mayday, we need another author. And like, I think Kat's like, who do we get? Maggie Brown, contact Maggie Brown, you know? So thank you, Maggie, for stepping in last minute to be 11-100 author. We appreciate that. If you want to be 11-100 author, anybody can be that. You just have to go, and there's a form on the website that you submit, and then Kat or Lapana will reach out to you and get you. Oh yeah, the newsletter is great. We've tried really hard. Okay, let me get to 11-100, and then I'll get to the newsletter, and I'll talk about that because there's actually a lot of news to give. So let me do this, then we'll get to that. So okay, so the 11-100, what we do is we have each of them send a little blurb. And then Holly Edgerton, who's on the FanGrrrl team, she puts that in a document for me, and I don't read it until the live. So I haven't read it. And she does that to kind of make it orderly, so I read kind of the right stuff. Also, kind of proofread it, make sure I'm not going to say something that I shouldn't say on a live by reading something cold turkey. So that's a lot of fun, and we're about to kick off with that right now. So the 5 authors that are donating their books for the 11-100 this month is the first one is CJ Laurence, and she is donating Angel of the Crypt. CJ Laurence is actually, oh, good. Alexandra, that's the newsletter is supposed to be, sorry, I know I got like squirrel because Alexandra commented. The newsletter is supposed to be a recommendation in itself. That is the goal. So we've actually restructured it. And the first one with the new restructure is coming out the first week of June. And that's the main newsletter where all of this will be on. But the goal is it covers all the groups. And the number one goal, like I actually had, like I called it like the three pillars of the newsletter. And I said, the first pillar is that it needs to be recommendations in itself. The second pillar is that it needs to give exposure to authors and their books. And the third pillar is it needs to be a communication vessel for us to get news out about fangirls. So that's our three main goals, our three pillars for the newsletter. And so we have rebranded it. Actually, Kat came up with a lot of the redesign. And the very first one that you're going to see is the one, like I said, for May that comes out in June. So, and that was really important. Like I wanted people to be kind of like salivating for the newsletter because it's like, oh, let me go grab all these recs. You know, let me go check out all these authors. So the 1100, they get featured in there. Thank You Ma'am gets featured in there. And then we have a whole page for the featured author. The newsletter, I believe, is only 5 pages long. That's what it was up the past few months. And I believe we stuck with that for the rebrand. Yeah, they're fun. They're really pretty too. You know, they're just really pretty. Okay, I ended up talking about the newsletter early. Okay, back to the 1100. So CJ Laurence, Angel of the Crypt. CJ Laurence is signing with us in 2026. And I believe she was at Fiction Fans and Ball Gowns in 2025, so a couple months ago. I don't know if she was there for 2024, but Kat, I think you met her. Dawn, you probably know her, right? I'm pretty sure, CJ Laurence. Okay, all right, so, oh, and she's also sponsoring. Let me pull that tab up, make sure I say the right stuff. Lineup. Oh, here we go. Sponsorships. I am sure she is. And she is, yes, she is. CJ Laurence is a bronze sponsor for the 2026. So what does that mean? It means that we did these sponsorship tiers to give exposure to authors. And so some authors, well, they choose to be a sponsor of the event because it's a win-win situation. They're supporting the events. And then we also do things to like give them their books and them as an author, you know, some exposure. So it's a really like, it's a happy marriage between book events. So you'll see about all book events have sponsorships. And so she's our bronze sponsor. We have platinum, which is Letty Frame. We have diamond, which is Lexi C, Foss, Regina Abel, Hannah Hayes, Lexi C, Foss, Regina Abel, Hannah Hayes, and LJ Andrews. And then we have gold. I'm not going to name through all the names, but there's 6 of them. And then we have 7 silvers, and then we have 11 bronzes. And so CJ Laurence is one of the bronzes. Wow, spiel. Sorry. Okay, moving on. All right, Angel of the Crypt. Here we go. I'm so excited. Here we go. Oh, yeah, you met her. That's awesome. I can't wait to meet her myself. Okay. I was cast from the heavens and denied entry to hell, condemned to wander the earth in silence, until I met Ronan, a supernatural hunter, my soulmate, a bond that should never exist, one God himself would tear apart if he knew. But as Lucifer rises and heaven trembles, we realize our forbidden connection might be the only force strong enough to stop him. To save the world, we may have to sacrifice everything, even ourselves. Okay, that's Angel of the Crypt, CJ Laurence. And so now with the 1100 authors, we're actually doing a mix of contemporary authors from the Spicy group and, you know, romantasy, urban fantasy, paranormance from the big OG group. So she would be from the big OG group. Kat, since you're watching and I have your attention, if next month when we do this, could we make sure we say what the genre is in the title, if we can tell Holly that? So that way I can say it's paranormance, it's romantasy, because I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, you can kind of tell from the blurb and sometimes the name too. Okay, so our second author is Maggie Brown. Maggie Brown, Maggie Brown, Maggie Brown. I am so excited. Maggie Brown also is a sponsor. And she, I believe, I'm making sure before I say it out loud, she is a bronze. I knew she was a bronze, but I just like, when you do live, you just want to make sure you say the right thing. You know, like, well, I said it wrong. So she is a sponsor for 2026. And she is amazing. She is a sweetheart. She also goes to Fiction Fans and Ball Gowns as well. That's where I met her for the very first time. She's been an active member of the group forever. And she's what I think of as like friends and family. She's like our friends and family, you know, because we've known her so well for so long. So, okay. So Maggie's book is Of Fate and Forbidden. Thanks, Kat. Okay. This book is a female on female. Woo. This book is a female on female. So that means, in case you're not sure, there's two women that are in the romantic relationship. Urban fantasy set in the UK with a grumpy vampire and sunshine witch pairing. Well, wait a minute. Hold on here. Grumpy vampire and sunshine witch pairing. So one of them is a female grumpy vampire and sunshine witch is also a female. I just want to make sure I'm saying this right, because your title of your book is also Of Fate and Forbidden, which is 2 F's. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, whenever you say FF, that's what that means. Well, we have, you know, Miss Amazing herself on the comments. So let me know if I'm saying this wrong. Clarify for us in the comments. Okay, this book is an FF urban fantasy set in the UK with a grumpy vampire and sunshine witch pairing. After a one-night stand, Dina's, I'm laughing at myself, sorry. Because like, why couldn't a grumpy vampire and a sunshine witch be women? What am I? Oh my goodness, I can't remember. Okay, after a one-night stand, Dina's carefully ordered world crumbles, and the supernatural begins to intrude into Charlene's normal life. Dina and Charlene. Yeah, she says, yep. Okay, all right. Now tied to a grumpy vampire, Charlene must find the courage to face her hidden past while Dina struggles with the forbidden desire she feels. Together, they must fight to find lost things and understand a prophecy mirrored in secrets. Will their love bloom or wither under the pressures they face? Okay, that's awesome. Of Fate and Forbidden Desire. Yes, that's the name of the book. And that is Maggie Brown. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Maggie. All right, so the third author is Keenan. And this is So Fell Are the Fae. So Inara thought she knew what it was to be hunted as a witch in a world of humans. But when she falls through the wall into fairy, land of her mortal enemies, she's quickly imprisoned by a far more deadly foe, the cursed to never feel love's touch, Fae Lord, Kier. She needs to return home, but he'll only help her if she strikes a bargain. Oh, we know where this is going. A piece of her soul. Oh, not what I expected. And the use of her magic. I was thinking, badunk, you know, a piece of her soul and the use of her magic to help solve the mystery of his decaying world. So funny. As they, it's like mine out of the gutter, Rebecca. As they race against time and enemies to save all of fairy, he hides a secret. She is his fated mate and therefore poses a unique threat to him. Okay, that's awesome. So that's So Fell Are the Fae. And her bargain was magic and a piece of her soul was her bargain. Not what I was thinking. Okay, moving on. Number 4. Okay, E.N. Chanting. All right, Force of Corruption. Paige and Rhett go from a first date to being tangled together in his bed over the space of a weekend. My guess is this is our contemporary romance one. Nope. It says wacky pot smoking, spell casting, and ghost seeing. Oh, well, maybe it still is. All right, so let us know, Kat, do we have a contemporary romance out of these 5 in here? The next one is definitely not. It's called Witch's Night. Okay, anyways, let me start over. So E.N. Chanting, Force of Corruption. Paige and Rhett go from a first date to being tangled together in his bed over the space of a weekend. Before Paige can wrap her head around their budding relationship, she discovers a terrible secret at her police station while searching for clues to help a friend. Okay, that sounds like a contemporary romance. Rhett tries to keep her safe, but things are never as they seem, and he's ready to tear through anyone who gets in his way when she disappears. their large found family, including her wacky pot-smelling this is pot smoking spell-casting, ghost-seeing, Woodstock-attending neighbor mobilized to look for her. But at this rate, it's going to take a miracle to find her in time. And it's contemporary. I thought it was contemporary. I got confused because like later on the words like poked out at me to say wacky pot-smoking spell-casting. Okay, so that's Force of Corruption, E.N. Channing. All right, awesome. Okay, so our final author that's donating for the 1100 is an ebook, right? To the 11 winners is Witch's Night, which is book 1 of the Blood Chronicles. That's the name of the book, but the author is Evelyn Silver. So Evelyn Silver is doing Witch's Night, the Bloodline Chronicles, book 1. Okay, in this bisexual I can't say the word. Polyamorous. I know you guys can say it. That's my speech impediment coming out. I have a speech impediment. Okay. In this bisexual poly vampire romance, I'm just going to abbreviate it nice and short. A Sephardic witch, Sephardic. Sephardic. Which with more chutzpah than common sense, named, oh my gosh, this is like a tongue twister. This okay. In this bisexual poly vampire romance, a Sephardic witch with more chutzpah than common sense, named Soraya, finds herself in the clutches of witch hunters. Okay, I made it through. Her rescue comes from an unexpected source, a sexy vampire lady named Marcel, working for the secret vampire kingdom of the North American East Coast. Instead of freedom, Soraya finds herself sucked into the witchy vampire politics as well as a brooming romance. There's politics, unique vampires, lots of world building, biting, sexatime, bisexuals, drama, and trauma. You'll love it. Okay, those are our authors. So that is our 5 authors for the 1100 for May. Okay, so that is, one more time, C.J. Laurence. The book is Angel of the Crypt. You can find all the links on this post. We did put them there for you for Amazon, so you can just click. When I say we, that's Kat. Maggie Brown of Fate and Forbidden. Kat Keenan, So Fell Are the Fae. E.N. Chanting, Force of Corruption. And the Bloodline Chronicles, book 1, which is Witch's Night, by Evelyn Silver. I think I said that right. I might have said that kind of like weird, but there you go. So those are 1100 books. Yeah, so give it a try. You know, these authors, they're just, you know, they're trying to get the word out, trying to get some exposure, trying to get people, you know, to give their books a shot. So give their books a shot. And you know, reviews and ratings mean a lot to authors. So if you love them, make sure to leave a rating. Even just a couple sentences of review, all of that really, really helps, especially, you know, with indie authors and marketing. It's a big deal for them. So make sure you do it if you enjoy it. So, okay. All right. So that is our giveaways for the month of May. And now we're moving into the next portion of the live of, is it spilling the tea like negative? I don't think I can say spilling the tea. I think that's meant to be negative, right? So I don't want to, it's not negative, but I'm going to get into talking about stuff. So I already told you about the newsletter and how we're rebranding it. So that's really exciting. That's going to come out, like I said, the 1st of June. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on. So 2026 is kind of the big thing, really big thing. Though we have an amazing lineup for 2026. We have Joanna Jones, who's urban fantasy. We have K.A. Knight, who's contemporary romance. You know, she's famous for Den of Vipers. We have L.J. Andrews, the Ever King, who is now traditionally published. We have Sadie Kincaid. You know Sadie Kincaid. She's, gosh, perfect fit. Dante. She's got the in Fire and Blood, right? Isn't that what the first one's called? It's the whole romantasy series that's like killing it on Amazon right now. Stephanie Hudson, Amelia Hutchins. There's so many. Hannah Hayes. Hannah Hayes does all the Megaverse, plus she has Fractured Fates. She has a new book that just came out that is incredible. I have an emoji review slated to, I literally just wrote an emoji review for Ivy Asher, who's signing with us, Spark the Flames, and Spark of Flames, I should say. And that book is fantastic too. And I think it just got picked up by a publisher as well. I think I saw her do a post on that. It is really good. Spark of Flames. I keep saying Spark the Flames, Spark of Flames. It might be Spark the Flame. You guys know what I mean. Forged in Blood. Thank you, Kat. That's Sadie Kincaid. That one is really great. It's a why choose. It's buzzing on the bestseller list. Ivy Asher's I'm really surprised about right now because it is so good. And I think it only has like 2,000 ratings on Amazon. And it's a romantasy. It's MF. And it's got dragons. And the FMC is just like really, really sassy, really strong. And she's on the run. And I tell you what, when I was reading the first chapter, so this is like a huge wreck for me. I think we're actually putting it in the newsletter. I just did an emoji review for it. But when I was reading the first chapter, like the FMC's on the run and she's got like bad guys after her. And I was into it. I mean, I wasn't like, like salivating, but I'm like, okay, she's, running, there's a cliff, she's going through the forest. What's next, And then in the second chapter, she's in the hospital. This isn't too spoilery because obviously, she's going to live. She's not going to die. So she's in the hospital and she overhears that the dragon horde are on their way to find her. And the dragon horde are not the evil guys that was chasing her in the beginning. They are these like really hot dragon dudes. They're shifters that shift into dragons. And there's not a lot of females. Like females are rare. And so she hears that they're after her and she's on the run from them because she's been under the radar her whole life, hidden, so that no one knew that she existed. And so that's when I was like hooked. I was like, oh, the dragon horde is on the way to fight her. There are these hot guys. And she's, she's a very rare and, dragon shifter. And it is so good. And the cover is beautiful. And I told LaPana about it and she started reading it. She actually started reading it for the emoji review a couple of days ago, and she's been dropping messages and saying, like, it's amazing. It is. It's really, really good. So, okay, anyways, Ivy Asher. But Hannah Hayes has a brand new one that just came out that is fabulous. If you love Fractured Fates is also fantastic. If you like a bully academy, but it's not like really heavy bully, but there's a bully academy, why choose? It is so good. That's Fractured Fates. The new one that just came out is Storm the Shadows, I think. I keep thinking Storm the Gates, Elizabeth Deer. But I think it's called Storm the Shadows. But check it out on Amazon. This is Hannah Hayes. It's so good. It's like, it reminds me a little bit of Divergent. There's like this class system where each of the, I love the angst. I love the angst. Like there's like a not class system, like there's like territories. Like, how in, no, not Divergent, Hunger Games. In Hunger Games, they have like the districts and like when you're near the capital, it's like the fancy, expensive, elaborate district, but you're far away from the capital. And then it's like really, really poor and like impoverished and all that kind of stuff. That's what it's like. Her FMC comes from like the poor and it's like 4 quadrants, I think, of area in this other world. And she comes from like the poor quadrant and ends up having to go to this, like all the young people, I think when they're like 18 or something, have to go to like an academy. Storm that Gets Elizabeth Deer is so good. That one's really, really good too. That's a contemporary White Shoes. Okay. But she has to go to this like academy and I can't. It's just so good. I don't want to get it. It's so good. If you like Fractured Fates, if you like Blood Oath by Morgan Lee, who by the way is also coming to the signing in 2026. It's amazing. Isla Devon is too. That's the Black and Blade. She's coming to the signing in 2026. Like if you love that kind of academy feel, you're gonna love Storm the Shadows I'm pretty sure it's Storm the Shadows. Storm the Shadows. Oh, Kat just said it. Yeah. By Hannah Hayes. So good, right? So yeah, I just gave you a couple recs right there. It's incredible. Like it's such a strong, and here's the crazy thing is like, I can be on a live and I can say like 10 authors that are signing with us in 2026 and like they're amazing authors, right? But I'm leaving out like tons that are also equally amazing. And just because I can't possibly name them all on the video, like we have Kel Carpenter, we have Mae Dawson, You know, we just have some like really incredible Sheridan contemporary romance. She wrote Pretty Monster. You know, that's like a stalker romance, by the way. It's really great, contemporary romance. We just have, it's really good, you know. It's a really good lineup. It's amazing. So anyways, very exciting stuff. So what's going on lately with 2026, if you're interested, and then also I'll talk about 2027, just a smidgen about 2027, is we are at the place, our lineup is almost full. So we have a couple spots that are open. We've been going through this process for a long time. If you guys don't know, we're trying to make it better for 2027, so it's not so long. But we've been going through this process since 2026. And what happens is we just have, you know, hundreds of submissions, right? I'm not gonna say how many, but we have a lot of submissions. And so the reading team is reading through all of those books and doing invites based off that. So we have a couple spots left. We have a couple invites out. I have 2 very popular authors right now in the bestseller list that I'm talking to. Actually, that's not true. I have 4 very popular authors right now that I'm talking, sorry, phone calling, about 2026. And I don't know if they're going to come or not, but they haven't said no. So we just have those like final things we're doing. We're almost considering it as a full lineup right now. That's kind of what we're considering. So that's going on. The website just went live for the sponsor page and the author lineup. So if you want to see the author lineup, it looks really cool. Like we have the the banner photo, which is always like up to date on the website for lineup. So you can go see that anytime. And I keep that pretty up to date. I think I need to do another revision today. There's like 2 other people that I need to add, but we have the attending author page now on the website. So if you go to the website, we've restructured a little bit, and you click on book events and you click on 2026, then you'll see attending authors, sponsors, and click on that. And it's great because it shows like a photo of the author and then it shows a book. So usually when I see on attending author pages for different book events, they just show the picture of the author and then they show, a link to their pre-orders, right? But what we did is we did a picture of the author. We did their most popular book, or if they asked us to switch it to like their latest release or something, we did that. And then it has a link to their website, a link to Amazon for them, a link to TikTok, a link to Instagram, and a link to their readers group. We might have had the Facebook profile too. I can't remember. Kat could probably tell you. And then like their pre-orders, which pre-orders are on Viventi. So if you want to go check out pre-orders there, we have a page for that. So we did all of those links. So that way, when you're looking at the attending authors, you can see immediately who they are, but you can see a picture of their book and you can tell by the book cover, probably what genre it is. And then like, that's a way to like, for me as a reader, when I go to book events, I want to know, like, I need to know, like, what book do you recommend me to try for this author? Because when I go to the book event, I want to have read them, right? So that way I know if I'm going to go buy from them or pre-order from them or whatever I'm doing. So we wanted to make sure that books were on the website. And that was a lot of work. Like, it took us close to 2 months to build that attending author page. I did probably the first, what did I do, Kat? The first 1/4 of it, maybe? First 1/3 of it. And then Kat Gifford picked it up and finished the rest of it. You know, and she just, it took us about like, I would say about 30, 45 minutes to do 3 authors on that page. And we have 130. So it is like, oh, Facebook profile is there too. Yeah. So it is awesome. And then like the thing too is we built this thing, but then we had to test it. So then Sandy on the team went and clicked every single link on that page to make sure that it worked. And then after we did all of that, we sent emails to the author saying, can you verify your section? And then I got probably about, I'd say 20 to 30 emails from authors saying, it looks great. Can you switch out my headshot photo? Or can you switch out the book cover to this book? Or, you know, can I have a different readers group? You know, that kind of like, my readers group is, I just opened up a readers group. Can you put the link on there? You know, that kind of thing. So yeah, so luckily I don't think I got any emails saying that the links didn't work. So yay, Sandy. But oh my goodness, it's been a lot, you know. And then the sponsor page, we came up with sliders. So if you go to the sponsor page on your phone, it looks really cool. It slides through their books. So I think like Letty Frame, who's our platinum sponsor, it slides through 6 of her books. And if you click on the book, it opens up a new page on the website that has their Amazon blurb. And you can actually click it and go straight to Amazon. So it's amazing. Yeah. So like I would definitely give love to the sponsors. I'm always going to say that because they're giving love to us, you know, like everybody's, let me rephrase that. So this is a first time signing for 2026. So honestly, all of the authors are giving love to us by coming and, you know, and even in future years, I'll probably still say that too. Yeah. Like, you know, like we're just so thankful and grateful that they're coming and they're signing with us. Like that's amazing, right? The sponsors have just done an extra step, right? Because they're not only are they coming to the events, but they are also supporting it, right? And financially supporting it. And so, you know, I'm very, very thankful and appreciative for that, obviously, because this is something else, man. And so yeah, definitely check out the sponsors and give them love too, because they deserve it. I mean, they're really, really helping, and everyone else too with the signing. So okay, so that's pretty much what's going. I'm trying to think. We did the sponsor page. We did volunteers. We have the form built for volunteers. So what's going to happen is if you volunteer 50%, I think what we said is 50%. So the expectation is you get a free VIP ticket. So you get into all the events, but half of your time needs to be volunteering in order to get that ticket. And so we're trying to break it out. So like, for example, there's 2 general admission signings. So that means like there's 2 4-hour general admission signings. So for one of them, you would work it. But for the other general admission signing, you would be able to attend. And we'll probably do like a special badge. So that way you get a bit priority. Like the volunteers are going to know to kind of let you in the line, kind of thing. Well, wait a minute. I don't think we're doing that for the 4-hour general admission. I think we're doing that for the fast pass version. So there's a 3-hour signing that's fast pass, which is a lot less attendees. And so that way the volunteers can be a part of that. I think we're doing that. I don't know. It's not all completely figured out, but we're working it out. So the form is basically created. I have to build it onto the webpage. I was trying to do that a couple days ago, but I've been really busy with other things. So that's coming. That's coming soon. Okay. So we do have vendor interest forms. About half the tables are gone. So if you know anyone who wants to be a vendor, I think once tickets go on sale and we say, you know, we're sold out, which is what we're hoping for, I think we'll probably finish off the rest of those vendor tables. But if you know anyone who wants to be a vendor, have them submit interest. Influencers. We have 15 VIP influencers, and I just extended 2 invites to 2 more. Our goal was only 10, and we've just done more. Because, you know, the way I kind of think of it is it doesn't hurt to have as much promotion as possible of a first-time event. So we are doing a lot. I bet you we do more knowing us like this. I just extended an invite for an influencer that's got a pretty huge following on TikTok and Instagram. So that's exciting. And I think she's going to accept it. So we'll see. But anyway, so we have a bunch of influencers in the event group. They're actually dropping these little graphics about who they are. We'll have a web page for them, and we'll have a web page for the vendors too as well. Kat's going to help me build those. We're just not there yet. So right now we just have a web page for the sponsors and the attending authors. Okay. I think that's everything. We have 2 ballrooms for 2026 and 130 authors. And we're doing, our aisles are like, I think are between 10 and 15 feet. Maybe 12 and 20 feet, maybe. We're trying to have lots of room for carts and, you know, different things that we need. So, and the theme is Hollywood Glam. And we're working on the decorations. That hasn't quite happened yet, but we have different ideas for how we're going to decorate it. That's really exciting. And I'm hoping my pixels can be involved. Hoping. We'll see. Anyway, so that is what is happening for 2026. Very quickly, 2027. And then that will be the end of the live. Since I'm not doing too bad. So we just signed a contract with 2027. I've been working on it for months, and it just got signed last week, and it is a great deal. It's a fantastic deal. So I was like, this is a no-brainer. Matter of fact, it kind of broke my heart because I went on a tour of a different venue that is awesome. Like they have a water park. They're really cool. So I think we'll probably end up doing something with them like maybe in 2028 or 2029. But this deal was just too good to turn down. And Honestly, it's at the Hilton Orlando, which is 1 mile from Universal's new theme park, Epic Universe. So it's only 1 mile. So it's affiliated with Universal and SeaWorld. They have shuttles that go from the hotel. The room block rate, it's actually better than 2026's. It's 175 instead of 179. So it's just $40, $4 or whatever. But we really liked the fact that it was a Universal hotel. And honestly, this was the first hotel that I got a contract from 2026, and it just wasn't the right fit for us for 2026. And so I moved on. I ended up going with the Hilton Lake Buena Vista for 2027 with the walking distance to Disney Springs, and it's the right fit. So my goal right now is every year switching it to be a hotel that is themed at the different parks. That's my goal. So like whatever hotel we use, we'll have shuttles to the parks. And 1 year we'll do Disney, 1 year Universal, 1 year Disney, 1 year Universal, and alternate it that way. And right now it's always going to be in September for a lot of reasons. Mainly because it's really the best conference-wise in the year for events. And it's not the hot, crowded, packed summer time for the parks. And so this one is Labor Day weekend in 2027, whereas in 2026, it's the weekend after Labor Day weekend. So we thought that might be good to do Labor Day weekend. That might help with people's schedules and stuff. So, and as far as 2027 goes, one of the biggest compliments that I've had is we've had a lot of authors from 2026 submit interest forms, which is like, what a compliment. You know, these people are coming to 2026. We haven't even had 2026. And they're submitting interest for 2027. And it's just like, wow, we must be doing something right. You know, so it's so exciting. It's so exciting. So author interest forms are open for 2027. We are probably not going to do inside scoops for 2027. So that might kind of, you know, for some of you, you're like, no, I want to know who's coming. Our goal is always the current, not our goal, our priority and focus is always the current event. It just needs to be. So the early access tickets go on sale in July. And we'll probably do a round of emails. We're going to go off of our early access form. So if you haven't signed up, make sure to sign up. And then tickets officially go on sale August 1st. And then September is the room block we'll be sending out to the ticket holders. So, you know, we 2026 is our, you know, upcoming event. That's where our focus is, right? 2027, we are starting to do the lineup for that because authors like to book 2 years in advance. We have some authors that are big planners. Matter of fact, I got 2 messages from authors 2 weeks ago. One was 4 weeks ago. One was 2 weeks ago saying, when are your dates for 2027? I need a pencil on my schedule and plan it. I'm already filling out interest forms for 2027. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, try to get with the hotel, get the contract signed, get moving. So yeah, author interest forms are open, but as far as actually talking about the event for 2027 and advertising it and dropping things in the book event group, it'll be a lot less of that while we're working 2026 because it's the priority. But then 2027 will be the priority after that. So as it should be. Anyways. All right, you guys, I think that's it. Did anyone have any questions? I haven't seen any questions, just that people are excited. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. This will be in YouTube. And it'll be in the group's pinned announcements. Make sure to drop love for these authors that have donated generously. You can see all their names on the post. Give their books a try. If you love them, make sure to rate them, review them on Amazon and Goodreads so it gets the word out there. You know, and do posts in our group for them. And we will look at that to help select winners. So anyways, all right, you guys. I'm going to close off the live, but this is always fun. So I might be here for a bit, but have a good night and I'll see you guys next month. So it's about the same time every month and it'll be the next featured author who I don't know who it is right now, but I will figure it out before next month. So thank you guys. And yeah, it's fun hanging out, Maggie. Have a good night, you guys.